Pontiac has sat for a little while. I've been doing a few bits and pieces to it. You'll notice there is no interior, no rear seat, and a lot of the interior has been stripped out. I need to paint some more bits, so all the framework from around the back I've taken out, and I've also taken out the headlining. So this is probably going to be more of a two-part video, but there is my headlining. You'll see it's in two pieces. It is also very, very brittle. First step is to repair this. There's a few bits and pieces around here. I'm not too bothered about that. It'll be covered by trim, I think. But I do want to make this a little bit stronger so that when we put it back in the car, it's just a bit structurally sounder. So I'm going to do some fiberglassing, and then over in this box I have a headlining kit. We're going to cover the whole headlining, chuck it back in the car so we can finally put all the trims back in and drive the car. Right, so got these kind of roughly where they need to be, and my plan is a bit of masking tape on this side. So this is the side facing down, so this is the bit you'll see from inside the car. So tape these up, hopefully then I can carefully flip it over and fiberglass the back of it, which will give it a nice bit of strength. I don't know how well this is going to work, so fingers crossed, let's give it a go. Well, to be honest, it's worked better than I thought. Here's my join, my crack. You can see how many little cracks there are in it. And the weakness of this, I think, is partly because of the aftermarket sunroof that the car's had fitted. This side didn't go quite so well, so I might put something underneath it just to lift it up, and then we should be all right with that. You can see another crack forming here. Same reason. I mean, the back of it's all intact. It's flimsy and fragile, but it's intact. So I think what I'm probably going to do first is mix up some resin. So this is the kit we've got. This is readily available from Amazon, eBay. I think this came from our local motor factors, so wherever you want to get it from. And what you have is some hardener, some resin. So again, you mix resin and hardener together, goes like a nice pink colour, and then you can brush it on, lay down your fiberglass mat that you've cut to size. Oh, this kit comes with a little brush and stuff, little mixing pot as well. Last one I didn't. So yeah, then you can cut your mat to size, lay it down, more resin on top. You can build up the layers if you want, or it depends on what project it is you're doing. For this, I'm probably going to try and get at least a couple of layers down, and I think I'm going to try and do the whole of this side on both sides, just to give this weakened section a bit of extra strength, which probably should have been done by the people who did the sunroof. So I've raised up both broken sections on a small box just to hold the joint a bit together a bit better. I've also put some brown paper down just to protect the floor. So in the kit we had a little measuring jug with milliliter lines on there, hopefully you can see that. And for every 10 milliliters of resin, you want to be using a pea size amount of hardener. I then also got a piece of matting that I've cut roughly to length, like that, but as you can see it's a bit wide, so I'm just going to cut that in half. I'm going to do that sort of there, like I said, just to strengthen the whole of that, and then I might do it up top edge, a bit more like that, and then this one we'll do at the bottom and overlap it, so we've got almost like a strengthening spine. So first thing I've got to do then, I'm going to start off, because I'm going to do quite a lot of it. Actually, I need to put gloves on. Safety first. Let's just measure out some resin. It's like honey, this stuff. It's probably a little bit much, but there you go, 30 mil. How do you measure peas? I'm going to say that's about the right number of peas. And then with the stick we mix. Now the hardener just depends on how long it takes for the stuff to go off. So the more hardener you use, the quicker it goes off. The less you use, the longer it takes to go off. This is going to take a while. I'll leave that in there for a moment. So we'll get our first piece of fiberglass. I'll lay that down there. Just want to lay it down so try and get all the contours so I know where they are. And then we're just going to start putting more resin on top. So here we've got a nice downward curve. You can see it's trying to pull back up again. So that's the sort of thing that we've got to be very careful of. Okay, so that's our first layer. I'm probably going to cut this one slightly shorter because I've got this cut out section here which doesn't look very original. I think that's the broken bit, that's where the sun visor goes. There's not really much I can do about that, but I'm going to need obviously some more resin mixed up, and then I think what I'm going to do, I'll probably leave this as just the only layer for here, but I'll probably do another small section here just to reinforce it. Okay, it's not quite dry, but it's tacky. So all I'm going to do with this one now is, you can see I've got some cracks around here just starting. So I'm going to kind of do a bit at an angle there, covering this break here as well. And then I think we'll pretty much be done for this side. I think I'll probably... Right, flipped it over, it's all pretty much dry now. And you can still see the cracking. I was kind of hoping the resin would have seeped through, but it hasn't. That's the worst side. But to be honest, lines up pretty nicely. This side, the resin's actually got onto the tape, which is good. There you go. And again, you can see there's quite a big gap still there. So I think, same here. I have also noticed, I couldn't really see it so much on the other side, but you've got a crack there as well. So I think what I'm probably going to do is get the apprentice to resin the back of it, the side that we've just done, coat the whole thing just to give it the strength, because this is so brittle. And these cracks will probably just fill back in with resin. And yeah, it should make a nice strong headliner. So next video, probably next week, we're going to cover it. And what we're going to cover it with is bright blue. See you next week.